I never expected a simple weaving pattern to be so hellish to draw. Well, hello there, I'm Détroit. The idea was simple for today's ink drawing. It's almost strange I never did that before. I thought I would make a weaving pattern with interlaced lines, one going over, then under, and so on a 2D grid. Simple enough an idea, what about the execution? That's what we're looking at. Let me know in the comments what you think of my decorations for today's video. I thought I would add to the plain looking drawing mat with a few things I have laying around. There's my copper octopus that I use to keep the pages of my sketchbook in check, and there's a strange metallic screw hold I found in my lab under a workbench. Besides that, I have a knife for in case I get attacked. You know, why not? It looks cool. This knife is a ourson with its own leather sleeve. Ourson means bear cub in French, and this small knife with the big blade certainly feels unassumingly dangerous. It's very sharp. So about this weaving pattern. As you've seen, I started the process by tracing pencil lines in a grid. When I start a pattern like that, which is somewhat organized, I like to prepare beforehand. I usually use another sketching pad, or whatever's laying around my desk like post-it notes, to figure out the technique I'm gonna be using. For this weave, I figured out the best way to draw it was to draw lines of length 3 on my grid, like 3 squares horizontally, then 1 empty square, and so on. Then the same vertically. It's a pretty simple thing to do, but I will still make sure I don't make mistakes before starting the drawing. Even if figuring out the process is simple, it's still one less thing to think of while I'm filming. Now, so far it's been pretty simple, so why did I call that hellish in the beginning of the video? Well, that has to do with step 2 of this drawing. Just a simple weave is hella boring. I want to transition that weaving pattern into a messy abstract bunch of lines. Quite simply, I want to have twists and turns. So how does one go about transitioning from organized to chaotic? And that's where the hell is. Again, on a technical point of view, the process is simple. Repeat the pattern, but make the lines less and less straight. But when you get lines that aren't straight anymore, it becomes hard to keep in mind which are supposed to go over and under. Because not only do you continue lines, you also have to invent new ones at the border of the grid, and make sure these new lines still follow the same ordering. You know, it's one of these drawings, I think I would have done things a bit differently if I were to redraw it. First off, I would have done it on A4 format. The sketchbook page feels a bit cramped for this doodle. Or maybe I would have used a thinner nib for the pen. That goes with the second thing I would have done differently, using another pen. I probably should have gone with the rotring for this one, not gonna lie. The rotring isograph doesn't feel as good as this fountain pen for most drawings, but it is more precise and the ink bleeds a little bit less. I'm saying that because here I have to stop my lines every few centimeters at most, and then I have to pick it back up and continue it. With every new stroke, the pen leaves a big dot at the beginning. It's just slightly bigger than the rest of the line, but it looks messy, and I honestly don't feel like taking too much care about it. It's all of these little things that make this drawing process a less than enjoyable experience. I like my abstract doodles to be mindless. It's the whole thing about automatic drawings, where you just draw without a thought. Now, of course this drawing can't be automatic. Ever since I chose to start with an organized weaving pattern, it couldn't be. But I still found myself lacking the satisfying pleasure of watching the drawing come to life under my fingers without knowing how. I had to think too much, that's basically all it comes down to. Don't expect me to draw another weaving thingy again anytime soon. Now, since this discussion about the drawing is way too short for the video to be over, let me talk about something random I just thought of. For as long as I can remember, physical puzzles, logical puzzles, enigmas, and lateral thinking were always something we all enjoyed in my family. Like, there's nothing as good as a treasure hunt. Something that tickles your brain in just the right way, where you have to exploit all the different parts of your mind. Even the first video games I ever owned, on a Windows XP computer, were like treasure hunts. It was stuff like you had to go to this area and solve a puzzle to find a hint about another puzzle in a different area, but you also needed to find which puzzle it was, etc. It's very much an escape room before escape rooms were even a thing. Since then, of course, we've done a few escape rooms with my family. Us four, my parents, my sister and me, we make a good team for this sort of stuff. We are at the point where if an escape room has an estimated time of completion of 2 hours, we're probably gonna get out after an hour and a half. Not to brag, of course, even though I am bragging. We're good at this. More recently, and by that I mean this Christmas, we discovered the pleasures of an at-home escape room. My sister brought a game in the form of an envelope which contained all the elements of a police case, as well as a very few instructions. We were simply supposed to find who killed the victim, how, and who contacted us to solve the case. With that, about 20 pieces of papers like debit card info for a certain day, clippings from newspaper, pictures and old letters found in the desk of one of the suspects, etc. You even find phone numbers you have to call to get audio messages, and some info you could only find by going through a fake Facebook account. Of course, it's just a game. It's all manufactured this way. I thought I would make it clear. But it's really fun. You have to not only find the information to solve the crime, but you also have to find the way to find the information. It lacked a bit of tactile puzzles for my own taste. Like, I love physically opening locks and finding keys, but as far as enigmas and logical puzzles go, this police case was great. So yeah, that's just something I thought of. I thought I should tell you. One day I'm definitely going to make a treasure hunt on this YouTube channel, but you won't know until it starts. Like, I will be reusing elements from old videos, and I will definitely add elements to videos long before I tell you it's happening. I'm going to wait until there are a lot more people following this channel though. The best moment would be when I make some money from my art and I'm able to afford a physical prize to send to the winner of the treasure hunt. But anyway, now you know. Maybe it will start in 3 years or something, but for the hardcore members of this small fanbase, you will already know where to start. Hell, I'm gonna give you a clue right now. This is a clue. I have no idea why, but you will know in a few years. That's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this semi-abstract hell weave. Like and comment if you did, tell me how I should decorate my drawing pad next time. Subscribe for more art and eventually a huge treasure hunt, and check out my Instagram and Twitter in the description. I am offering 3 slots for free portraits in whatever style you want if you DM me on my social media. First come first serve, so gotta go fast. I'm Detroit and I'll see you soon. Bye!